They say that the best camera is the one that is with you at all times. And one guarantee is that you will always have your phone with you at all times. See, if you want to carry light and you don't want to carry any more gear, you're going to a convention or you're going on a trip where reporting or making videos is just more important than taking out all your gear, then a phone is probably your best bet. And phone cameras nowadays are actually incredibly good with external SSDs and third-party apps like Blackmagic Raw and the Moment app. You can actually now shoot log video and take raw photos and get incredibly high quality photo and video with just your phone. So you should be using your phone more than you think. You see, when I try to get phone content, I pretty much use my iPhone 17 Pro. And there's a reason why I don't use the 1x lens on my iPhone. I always tend to go telephoto. Because with the telephoto, you can pretty much minimize your compositions. There's less clutter, less distractions. You can tell a better story, and you can pretty much focus your viewers' attention on what is important. See, this is why today's kit is so key to getting those minimal compositions. This is ShiftCam's 240mm Explorer kit. It comes in a high quality carrying case, comes with a 240mm telephoto lens, 3 filters, 2 NDs, and 1 CPL. Now the NDs obviously will help you maintain your shutter angle rule, which helps you get cinematic looking video during the day. And the CPL will help you cut glare and reflections. There's also 4 macro converters that go all the way from 10x to 40x, and they're all stackable as well. But do note that you have to buy this phone case separately, and they do have a different options of phones. For me, I have the iPhone 17 Pro, which is what I went with. Now their proprietary case does use the S-mount system, which is their own system. The case feels safe, solid, it adds a layer of protection to your screen, it has this nice soft fabric on the back, and the buttons all feel tactile and are all super accessible for you to use while shooting. Now do note that the S-mount system does have 2 mounts on the back, and because we are using the telephoto lens, which is optimized for the iPhone's periscope lens, which means it is this one with the T underneath. So that means your telephoto lens will basically go all the way on the T right here. You can twist and then you're ready to shoot. Now this lens is made of metal. It feels very solid and sturdy, high quality. It is also small and obviously pocketable, which means you can take it anywhere. And obviously having 2 ND filters that you can stack and the CPL that you can add as well. This means that you're ready to shoot video to maintain your shutter angle rule pretty much anywhere you go, whether you're outdoors on a bright sunny day, or if you're even indoors, you can take out the ND filters and you're ready to shoot. Now there are a few things that you have to take care and watch out for when you're using the telephoto lens. See, first things first, you cannot use your native camera app that is built into the iPhone. Because you need to use the periscope lens, you need to pretty much lock your camera to use the 5x lens. And the way you do that is by using third-party apps. So I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can use Blackmagic Raw, which is free, or you can also use the Moment app, which I use for photos, and that costs you around 13 Canadian. But you can also use other camera apps that basically let you do manual control and lock it to 5x. And if you are doing macro photography, obviously when you have the telephoto lens on and all 4 macro adapters, it is very hard to shoot handheld. It will be very difficult unless your shutter speed is very high. So if you do want to get very crispy macro photos, I highly recommend you use a tripod. Now in my case, I did not have a sturdy enough tripod for my phone, so I just ended up shooting handheld, but here's some of the photos that you can get handheld. Now, obviously, I just mentioned macro photography, and I think the macro adapters are probably my favorite thing about using this telephoto lens on my iPhone. See, I don't really own a macro lens when it comes to my Fujifilm cameras, so having a small portable macro lens that I can use at any time with my phone is actually a blessing. And you get 4 of these macro adapters. They go from 10x to 20, 30, and 40 once you stack them. With one macro adapter, it is 10x, which makes the minimum focus distance around 50 centimeters. With 2, it's 25 centimeters. With 3, it's 16 centimeters. And with 4, it is a 10 centimeter minimum focus distance, which lets you get very, very, very close and get incredible detail. But what about the image quality of this telephoto lens? Well, I was very surprised because all the images and the videos look very sharp. The optical quality was very good. It was very pleasing to look at. It was also very fun to color grade and edit. You have to note that I am using ProGrade's external memory card, so I can pretty much shoot in log and shoot raw photos without having to worry about storage. But for the fact that you are putting a lens on top of a lens, the image quality is incredibly sharp, decent, pleasing to look at, and everything seems to be in focus. Usually the telephoto lens on the iPhone isn't the best, but this kind of takes it to the next level. And with this lens, obviously you're getting high level optical magnification and compression. It's not digital, it's not fake using the iPhone's own processing. So who will be using this kit? Who is this kit actually made for? Because some of you are going to be saying, well, this is not for me and there's no point of me having this. But if you are a phone creator or a phone photographer, or you're traveling somewhere where you want to go light, where you're not allowed to carry all this gear with you, let's say maybe you're even at a concert, well, this is probably the perfect kit to keep with you as it is so small, compact, and tiny. Or let's say you actually do go on a trip and you take all your gear with you, but you, for example, do not own a telephoto lens and you're trying to get a bit of extra reach. Well, you can simply within 2 seconds set this thing up, take your photo, get high level and high quality photos with your iPhone or your Android phone, which are now very capable phones with capable cameras. You get your telephoto shot without having to worry about renting a telephoto lens for your trip and carrying an extra kilogram on your back. But it's not just that. Let's say you're into macro photography or you like to get detail shots on the daily, whether it's your everyday gear carry, your watch or wallet, or if it's the food that you eat every day. Well, you can pretty much put the telephoto lens on, use all 4 macro converters, and you're getting a super high detail shot of whatever you want to get. So you're getting basically product shots super easily, and you have access to telephoto shots pretty easily. And if you are someone who's going on a trip, you don't want to carry the weight of a macro lens and a telephoto lens, well, you can pretty much eliminate both and take them with you. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the cost of this kit. This kit costs around $500 US. And if you do want to get the phone case as well, that will run you another $50. Now, if you are a phone creator, then this kit is something you should definitely get and keep with you at all times. But for the cost, you're actually getting a pretty decent kit. You're getting a telephoto lens and basically a macro lens all in one. You're also getting 2ND filters if you're shooting video with your iPhone. And you're also getting a CPL filter to get pretty much contrasty looks to your footage. If you are a person who does own a telephoto lens, then I probably would not recommend this to you. If you are a person who wants to carry light and travel light and eliminate the need to carry a telephoto lens and a macro lens with you, then this would be the optimal kit for you, especially if you're someone who tends to grab their phone the first thing they go out. Also, a big thank you to ShiftCam for sending out this kit for me to test and try out. If you do want to get your hands on this kit, I will leave a link below in the description to give you 10% off. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.